Pardon me, I'm highly tired. I just got up out the bed because I forgot to record my video yesterday, but here I am right now. Um, Yesterday I had what for me was a big challenge, and that is learning to let the little things be little things and not making them into bigger things for any reason. I had been I had been made aware of a situation, I guess you could say. It was something I heard through the grapevine. It wasn't a big deal at all. And I got that thump in my chest that everybody gets. But the difference is when I usually get that thump in my chest, I take it to the extreme and I find a reason to be upset about it. I pick at it till it festers and turns into something, and I make myself upset about it. And I hit up my best friend to tell her exactly what had happened, or well, not even tell her what happened, but so I could talk about it, just because I wanted to talk about it, because I always talk about it. And she was busy at the time, and I found myself normally when someone's like, I can't talk about it right now, or I'm busy, or I'll get at you later, or whatever. Again, I will pick at it and keep myself mad or whatever, so that when I finally talk to them, it's like the most intense moment of my life over something as simple as, yo, so and so owed me $5. That's not a joke. I really have done that. As embarrassing as it is to say. Um, and I went on with my day. Like I honestly did. And I told, as the day went on, I was realizing how much it didn't matter to me. I had a meeting to go to, and I was at the meeting. I didn't think about it. And as I was telling her I wanted to talk to her, I was also telling her, it's not a big deal, because she, knowing how dramatic I can be, was like saying, "What do you need to talk to me about? I'll be back soon." I was like, "Nah, no rush. Don't worry about it. Whatever." That was good money. And then I had gone for a run with my boy. I was letting him know he also somebody he never really dealt with it personally, but he's witnessed it. Me just being too much. And I told him how I didn't care, and he even caught like the way I was talking. He was like, "Yeah, you don't sound like it bothers you at all." He was like, "It sounds like it don't matter to you whatsoever." So when I finally, excuse me, get the opportunity to talk to her, and I see her, and she's like, "So what you want to talk about?" And I was like, "It don't even matter. I'm cool." And she made this face like she was surprised to hear me say it doesn't matter. And she was like, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah, I'm good." Like, cause I was, and I am. I do remember what it was about, like what I wanted to talk about, but it don't bother. Like I really don't. I don't care. I don't even have to think about it. I don't. The thought came back to my head only because I wanted to remember that I had it, so I could put that in the video. But I don't have the desire to discuss it with her anymore. Whatever. It's like normally Matt would make a big ass mountain out of an ant hill, not even a molehill. And this time, this ant hill wasn't even a whole ant hill. It was one little ant, and I squashed it. Speaking of squashing it, I was also yesterday, and this is how I know that I picked the right time to make this change, because it seemed like I've been getting a lot of mess in the last 24 hours. But yesterday I was made aware of another situation when somebody was throwing some very personal shots at me. And I know the impression I've left on people, because two people who were aware of it, they found out, they didn't even want to tell me. They would, my boy was talking about it, just like, he was just like, "Yo, that nigga got me tight, blah, blah, blah." I was like, "What happened?" He's like, "Nah, I can't tell you." And I'm like, "Why?" He said, "You gonna be pissed." And I was like, "Nah, tell me." He didn't want to tell me. And I said, I'm only mad right now because you're not telling me. So then he finally told me. I was like, "That's not that bad." It was real personal. I did feel disrespected. I still feel disrespected, but I'm alright. I'm really not tripping about it. And then I had called my friend, you know, one of my other friends, just like the other person who had seen the flyer. The person made a flyer about me coming at my head real directly. And I called my other friend who had seen it, And she was like, yeah, that's real reckless, whatever. She was like, yo, don't ask for my opinion because you know I'm gonna say something reckless. And I was like, yeah, I dig it. And you know then I called my best friend to tell her about it because it was something that pertained to her as well. You know, something pertaining to the both of us. And when I told her, she was like, wow, that's disrespectful. Like she was tight. I was tight too. But then she was like, you know, he needs to be dealt with. And I was like, yeah, he does. I'm gonna deal with him. And she instantly, next words out of her mouth, don't do anything stupid. That's gonna get you kicked out of school or kicked off camps, any of that. I was like, no, no, I'm alright. I was like, you hear the way I'm talking to you? And she was like, yeah. I said, does this sound like the guy that you used to hear these things and bug out? She was like, no. And I said, this is how I really feel. Like, the way I'm talking right now is the way I'm gonna keep talking because you know, I am disrespected and offended by it, but there's no sense in getting my blood pressure up. It's not gonna change nothing. You know, what was done was done. Either you're gonna apologize for it or not. And if he doesn't, what I'm gonna do? Fight him? No. Yeah. Again, it's this big. Why I gotta go here? Here. It's stupid. There's no need to you know escalate the situation at all. And I didn't, and I feel good about myself because the old me. And when I say the old me, I mean the guy that was around 3 days ago before I made the first video. He wouldn't be making this video. But instead, I let it go. I don't care. I'm okay too. You know, I don't feel like a punk or anything like that. It don't matter. You know, there's no reason to get my heart rate up over something immature like that. In fact, it's immature to get your heart rate up over it. So, yeah. Also, last note, and I'm gonna let y'all go. My boy Zero, shout out to Zero. He told me about this video I should watch, and he was saying, you know, because I told him about the videos I'm doing here, so he told me about this movie I should watch. It'll be real inspirational. I'm not gonna tell y'all yet, only because I want to watch it and you know for myself before I go promoting it. You know, because if I disagree, I don't put something out there I disagree with. But he definitely made it very clear that it was something that could be very beneficial to me. And you know, it's 9:06 in the morning right now. I'm probably gonna watch it at like 10, 11. I'm gonna watch it, you know, today because he said it's something I need to really pay attention to and focus with. So I'm gonna wait until I'm fully awake and ready to focus on doing such. And you know, to try and keep up with everything. Since I missed yesterday, this is today's video for yesterday. So today's video is probably gonna come in relatively soon. After I'm probably gonna make the whole video. It's probably gonna be about the movie I watch, honestly, unless the movie's terrible. Um, so yeah, that's that. You know, thanks for the tip, Zero, one way or the other, and hopefully things continue on the path they're now. Excuse me, things will continue on the path they are. Because I did it. It doesn't matter. You know, I'm not losing any more friends or relationships with anybody, business, personal, love, any of that. None of that. I'm not losing anybody else over a funky attitude. You know, that guy is dead. We had his funeral on Wednesday. I know most of you didn't want to come. I didn't want to come either, but I had to. But he's gone, and that's my word.